Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So dear Dhamma friends, your right palm on your left, naked straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times and say so Pateva, oh may I be well and happy. 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, bring your attention to silence. And observe and recognize the sound. Whatever the sound arises, recognize that sound according to the distance, maybe from near it appear or from far away. Sometimes it is a very soft sound or very rough, hard sound. Sometimes it is pleasant. Sometimes some sound arise unpleasant. Underneath this all silence, there is a deeper silence. Underneath this all sound, there is a deeper silence. Just try to get connected to that. Let everything to settle down itself and observe deeply the silence. Bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times. And find the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. And bring your attention to the sensation and recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. So don't try to inhale or exhale yourself, just allow it to happen as it is. If there are thoughts arise, remember it is a lazy thought, trying to make you lazy, tired. Bring the effort knowingly. We have very limited time here in this earth. Before that time pass, try to bring some good qualities to your life. Always remember there's a death waiting for all of us. Any sensual pleasure arise, remind yourself that this body came out of like this because of the organs, blood, flesh, bones. There's nothing, any beauty inside this body. Any pain arise, if you are struggling with any pain, tired, tightness, remind yourself everything impermanent arises as a sensation. So just let it be rather than struggling with it. Keep your attention to inhalation, exhalation. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. And some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Each and every inhalation has its own character. Just recognize it. So completely relax from the views or the patterns. Just get into the sensation. It doesn't matter inhalation or exhalation, long or short. Just observe the sensation and see the very nature of it. When you observe, always remember to keep clear your mind. To see yourself, what you experience. And don't stop wherever that with your experience, just try to observe deep and go deep. If you can't get the sensation, just follow the rising and falling of the inhalation, exhalation. Sensation and your mind is not two things. Observer and the sensation, both the same. Recognize the very change of your experience. And selflessness. Don't afraid to let go what you know. Completely be empty and free. Use the maximum awareness. Bring your attention to your body. Observe this moment and experience your inhalation, exhalation knowingly. Your life is not your past or your future. Your life is the moment you experience your inhalation, exhalation. This is the magical moment. This is the miracle can happen in this universe. So don't look any other excitement. When you wake up in the morning, you have strength to come out of your bed and stand on your own feet. Walk to your bathroom, do your cleanings. You have strength to enjoy a cup of tea or coffee or meal, glass of water. This is blessing. You have people to share your life with them. Even you live alone yourself. Having your own strength is blessing. No one to ask. So how lucky you are. Appreciate it. You have this beautiful eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind with longevity, comfort, strength, complexion, and wisdom to these things without getting any harm or without making any harm to others. This is blessing. When you experience this inhalation, exhalation, remember this is the miracle can happen in this universe. And there's a day you have to disconnect from this, and that day everything will go away from you. So while this is happening, appreciate it. Don't demand anything over it. Accept anything, whatever come towards you. There are a lot of people in this moment struggling with life, fighting with death, have fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. As paying your gratitude, share this moment, share your heart with them. As appreciation, your life. May they come out of that fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. May they have the strength, courage, and wisdom to go through the situation and find the peace, harmony, tranquility state within themselves. So, not only them, share this moment with your dear near ones, your loved ones, your beloved parents, grandparents, husband, wife, brothers, sisters, children, friends and family members, neighbors, village people, city, state, country, all living beings in this world and in this universe, and as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. So thinking like this, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Let your heart to shine and come out of your skin. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, through practicing meditation, we try to increase our awareness. Why this awareness is important for us? Because when we lose the awareness, mindfulness or sati sampajanya or clear comprehension, when we lose the awareness regarding the moment, what is happening, in that very moment, there is incompletion happening. The moment not going to become complete when you are not aware. That incomplete moment create a byproduct. That is what ego. So the ego come out of lack of clarity. Because when the clarity becomes sharper, clear, higher, and when the awareness become complete, 100%, when you have the awareness regarding the moment, there is no egocentric ideas arise, because you are through completely connected to the moment. So then we talk about ego, ego, ego. Now you know where the beginning point. So the beginning point is lack of awareness. And once the ego arises, it's what happening, it start to bring again and again and again and again other things around it. Once the ego arises, the very major thing come first is fear. Once you have fear, you are available for anything. You sell yourself. So for communication, we use the word for our body as soul, for just the communication and conventional understanding. There is no such a eternal thing called soul. So, but the soul means this head to toes and your inner quality, inner being. So you available to give that yourself or your soul for anything. You ready to sell yourself. So where are the beginning point? And look the people and become followers. And people become members. And the people become believers. And look at the world. How possible that you have enormous strength and power, awareness, you have the same kind of qualities, skills, abilities like another person. But when you become a believer or the follower, that is the biggest misery happen to this human world. So as example, you have the strength and ability to attain to enlightenment. But if you just become for your samsaric journey, if you become just a follower for an enlightened master, it is a misery. You misusing, you misguiding yourself. If you become a follower to get into that level and you achieve to your highest, that you put some value on you, and every day you see the progress, and you can be happy, and one day you fulfill your journey. But what I am telling, how about people blindly become followers, or they become members and become believers? And when it becomes so strong, you start to believe anything. It come out of the fear. That's why people go to anything and they're ready to sell themselves when they find the security. And sometimes people ask, Bande, you read horoscope. And sometimes people ask, you don't do any puja for God. And I said, I don't do that things. I don't know. But I teach only meditation and I practice meditation. And if you have any question regarding that, I can help. But I don't know about doing reading horoscope or doing the and having a small place for all the gods and doing puja like that. If there's God, I respect, of course, but I have my own responsibility, and I never look or I never ask, I never wait for anything in my life. I don't know how it came to me. Maybe some people say it is wrong, but I understand myself, and I never wait for anything looking this is sky. That's why I'm telling. If I have done it and if I receive something like that way, I don't tell that. But I always trust the human mind. And I always try to develop the awareness. Because why? Because I have seen when I am in lack of awareness, what kind of things happen. That's why I am telling. When we are with lack of understanding, it is not by reading books I am telling this. Just deeply observing through practice, understanding, I am telling it. So when you hear, you have to recognize that. If I am telling the truth like that way. So what I want you also to get that experience. Maybe you're not going to get, but only thing we can do, just share ourselves once we have it. So once you have the clear awareness, in that very moment, the ego disappears. So then people say you are so egocentric, and some people ask how to come out of the ego, and you see a lot of documentaries. And then now you know, look yourself, then you will see it. When you have the awareness, in that very moment, no ego, when there is no ego, and when your awareness function to the highest, in that very moment, no greed, hatred, or the delusion. The very reason your greed, hatred, or the delusion always come out of comparison. Always it need your past or the future. So when you are mindful and completely 100% bring attention and develop your sati sampajanya regarding the moment, then itself now you have to understand there is no way the greed, hatred, or the delusion arise. And another thing is there is no ego. When there is no ego, there is no fear. When there is no fear, you're not going to sell yourself for spiritual practice or for gurus or any kind of uh, believing system, or for politicians, or even for to become any kind of group, spiritual groups, and you become a member for that. So like that, you're not going to sell yourself, because that business so big in the world. That's why it is a huge business, this is spirituality. So then yourself, you have to remember, don't sell yourself. Why you have to become a follower of somebody when you have the same skills, same power, and same abilities and same opportunities like others. So that's why the Buddha, they try to give that freedom to his followers. So remember then yourself, it is your heritage. That is the gift that that the gain when you say Buddham Saranam Gacchami. You become free from all the bias. You become free from all the tangles, and you become free from all the fears. And that is where you become very clear and bring your attention again and again and again. So otherwise, always our life is schooling by the society, our life is schooling by the culture, our life is schooling by our parents' traditions. Believe this, believe this, believe this, like that. And then you start to go with it knowingly or unknowingly. So once the ego arises, so I mentioned that there is a fear arise. Once the fear arises, what is happening? You start to sell yourself to looking for protection, and you sell yourself for anything in the world. It is possible. And then the jealousy, anger, hatred, envy, that everything come behind it. And there no escape. And day by day, your ego start to depending. Your unconsciousness start to depending from these outside things. And that will make you more unconscious, unconscious, unconscious. Now you have to understand, when somebody angry, when somebody jealous, hatred, when somebody have the envy, we say he is blind. So what is that blind mean? Where he got blind? He got blind inside him with his awareness. So it is huge current, it is so big. So then what you have to do? Don't fight with your anger. You cannot do it, because you don't know from where it arises, and you don't know how it arises. There are many other methods, but what I'm telling very clear, the most highest method, there is no something higher than this. To get out of the anger, get out of the jealousy, get out of the hatred, get out of the envy, start to develop your awareness. Sati sampajanya, clear comprehension, your attention, little by little, knowingly. And then in that very moment, you come out of the fear. In that very moment, you have no ego. And then when you develop that little by little, it becomes more powerful, more powerful. When you have the persistence again and again, regarding the your own current inside, and develop this new thing, new method, rather than reacting to that your old fear, anger, hatred, jealousy. Now you develop the awareness. And when you get mad, you remember the word awareness. You put the attention. Where? Just bring the attention to inhalation, exhalation. You can use some other things, but remember, you can use a Buddha statue to put attention, but bring the attention to inhalation, exhalation, and stay with it. Why? Because the inhalation, exhalation itself, your life. That is the most beautiful, precious thing. No one can, I tell you something, that it is a statement. There's no one going to disappointed regarding their own inhalation, exhalation. So that's why I keep it as the highest place to observe. When something you need to observe, go to the inhalation, exhalation, and see its nature. Mind itself, little by little, going to calm down. That is the only language your body and mind listen. So always keep it in your mind. And the thing is, when we lose the awareness, now you know the method. The ego arise, with the fear, jealousy, anger, hatred, envy, like that. So even though we have these things again and again inside us, we don't see, and sometimes with our bodily, verbally, and mentally actions, and we make mistakes. And once you do it as an action, and it is very difficult to bring it back and fix it back. But in case with your anger, hatred, jealousy, knowingly or unknowingly with the envy, you have done something in your past. So now it is kind of like a current, keep chasing you. So other people behind you chasing and trying to get revenge. It can be anybody. You don't see that. It can be your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters, more than unknown people. The very people you know around you place with the reason. So if you more suffer because of that people, then you have to remember there is something, and try to get a revenge. And if there are people, your own husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters giving hard time and trying to put you in trouble, so it kind of like the the current that you already built, already work in the process. So don't get mad. You have to be wise. It's kind of like a broken pot, clay pot. So you may heard that in Japan, there is an art called the golden joinery, golden fixing. And what they does, when any clay pot, broken clay pots, they take it and they glue with the gold. Then the value of that clay pot become more higher than the ordinary clay pot. Why? Because it has gold. And by the society, by the culture, tradition, it give a value for that. So same like whatever the karma you have done in the past, maybe now around you, it's like a tornado. Keep cycling around you. And be wise. So recognizing that is the mindfulness. See, now you get into mindfulness and then you don't look for the ego, or you don't look for the security. If you look for the security with the fear, anger, you try to defend. So that depend, see, your mindset always creates something again and again. Why? Because when you try to defend, the other side, they start to overtake it. So like that, it go again, and so that you have power to make it powerful or reduce it. So then what you have to do? Whatever the mistake you have done in your past, now today around you like this. So then first level, accept it. It's okay. The life is horrible, it is okay. Life is suffering, it's okay. It's for everyone. In the past, today, in the future, for everyone. The life is suffering. Even the Buddha, the very first thing he mentioned, remember this. This life is suffering. And all other religious leaders, when you look at the human history, and you have seen they went through hell, in this living hell. And the Jesus crucified is a kind of like a living hell. And the prophet moment somebody gave poison, and all other most of the leaders, spiritual leaders, philosophers, Socrates, and he drank the poison. And most of that are other great leaders on the way. And the Alexander the Great used to conquer half of the world. It is not like you and me. He was so young. But what happened? On the way, he died. On the way. Not even in his home, in his palace. On the way, he died. And no one knows why he died. And but when we look at the some articles, we can see somebody poisoned him. The mostly people talk about it. See how possible it is. It is not like you and me. Just it's the empires and Genghis Khan, and he died. It's a mystery today, even still for the world. It's a mystery. And all these pharaohs and in the Egyptian, the most wealthy, powerful people in the ancient time, and the disappears, vanish. It's kind of like a curse. So how it is possible? So then learn to remember, accept. This life is suffering. Don't even think about, oh, this is going to be so beautiful, nice, like that. It never going to become like that. There's no place like that. Only thing is this: once we accept, that acceptance start to take out us from the egocentric experience. Once you come out of that self-centered experience, in that very moment, your mind come out of suffering. Once the mind come out of suffering, if the mind is not suffering yourself, anymore this outside event doesn't work. Because now you know the method to how to stay away from it. It cannot disturb you anymore. That's why in this same world, with the same eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, one person can go to hell and another person can go to heaven or attain to enlightenment. Look, the same thing. So from where this everything separate? That everything separate according to our awareness, according to our understanding. So then remember, try to fix that all your mistakes or the things that you have done in the past with the unconscious mind, with the egocentric mind, with the fear, anger, hatred, jealousy. And you have opportunity now, the very first thing, the awareness, with the awareness, start to bring the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and empathy. So with these things, once you start to fix the life, it's like you fixing this broken clay pot with the gold. Your life going to become so valuable. Your life going to become transformed. So it is in your hand. So start from today. Start from this very moment. And don't afraid for life. And develop the awareness That is the key point with that. And whatever the things happen to in front of you with other people, especially with your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers and sisters, and whoever, known people, unknown people, and start to glue yourself with the gold, and never try to fix it with the same thing. It never is like the clay. You cannot fix the broken clay pot with the clay. You have to glue with something better than the clay. So bring that to yourself with that awareness. Use the loving kindness, generosity, and compassion. Look in your human mind. More than greed, hatred, and the jealousy, you have more beautiful thing: loving kindness, generosity, compassion, empathy, this kind of things. Why then you go to other side while you having good side in you? So then always get recognizing this is the awareness. Just recognizing itself, ego disappear. So now you know the method. So now it is up to you. Only I can do, I can just bring it to the table. Now it is in your heart. And one day it will come to you. One day you're going to recognize, because now you heard this. Now it's going to be with you. So there's one day it's going to come to you and you look for this. And that day remember. And if you cannot do it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, in this very lifetime, if you cannot do it, and start to keep it with you, and one day in this sansaric journey, and you will use this, because this is the only way to fix this. There is no any other way. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava. Ittavata ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.